I got that California.
What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotics, bringing you our Week 5 battle for the ICBA. Today we're going to be facing off against the New Jersey Naganadevils, coached by Dom. He is, I believe, 3-1, and we are 4-0. And if you guys missed the last week's video, then, well, yeah, it was kind of interesting. We ended up hacking our way to a win. Huge shout out to Aaron, by the way, Aaron2420, for guest commentating that while I was recovering from an illness that made me lose my voice, which really sucked. So thank you to him. But yeah, we we only had one way to win that game. It was by getting a flinch on the first turn against the Milotic. Because we didn't get the first one, we had to go for 2 in a row, and we ended up getting 2 in a row, which it ended up going from a 30% chance down to a 9% chance, and we ended up getting a 9% chance. We couldn't get the 30% one. I don't know. It is what it is, but yeah, we move on. We move on to week number 5. So, like I said, we're playing the New Jersey Naganadevils. They are sitting 3-1. They got a pretty good record. If we lose this game by a decent amount of diff, I think we could actually slip behind them in terms of standing. So I don't want to do that. But I want to make sure I'm as high as possible. There's a lot of teams that are like 0 losses or 1 loss. I think there's like 5 of us or 6 of us maybe. So, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the matchup. My opponent is a team of Genesect with Z-moves, Latios with Z-moves, Mega Aerodactyl, Buzzwole, Ninetales Alolan Form, Sand/Alolan Form, Alolan Muck, Ditto, Vaporeon, Mesprit, and Golurk, while I have the Protean Greninja with Z-moves, Mega Gallade, Zapdos, Salamence with Z-moves, Sylveon, Donphan, Salazzle, Lycanroc, Day, Mismagius, Klinklang, and Lantern. Now, because I am 4-0, I decided to do something a little bit different. I kind of built thinking a bit to the future, but also like just because when I say that, I mean I didn't want to like reveal all my sets. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to bring the Klinklang and the Lycanroc here. Lycanroc has a decent matchup. Klinklang has, in theory, a good matchup, but I have other mons I could bring against his team, which is great. So, looking at his team, going into the matchup, I was thinking there's a few things I really want to bring. Number one, Mega Gallade just runs through his entire team, and I really want to take advantage of that. The Mesprit is a really good check to my Gallade, so I wanted to make sure that I cut away to hit that thing. But I also felt like I could just double predicting it, so I didn't want to have to worry with that. I was thinking about having Knockoff or Toxic, but I ended up changing that move into a Will-O-Wisp, and you'll see why in a bit. So we have enough attack investment to always OHKO a Genesect, creeping a Klinklang with the rest of its EVs into its HP with our +2 Drain Punch. We always 2 a KO at neutral. I was debating CC or Drain Punch because it does the OHKO, but I just felt like I liked the recovery a lot more, especially since I'm running the Will-O-Wisp for the swap into something like the Golurk, the Muck, the Mesprit, or even the potential Buzzwole, which is honestly the big threat here. And yeah, I was also debating Bulk Up over Swords Dance to take out at least 1 Aerial Ace from the, well no, just guaranteed 1 Aerial Ace from the Mega Aerodactyl. Next up though, we have our Greninja, which is, it's our Greninja. I mean, 5 kills last week, right? It's 10-0. So our Greninja is first in kills, I think, and first in kill differential as well. And we have enough defense in this set, so we always make sure the Genesect gets a special attack boost instead of a special attack boost instead of an attack boost, because I don't want the U-turns to be doing as much damage as possible. I would rather him go for a special move like an Ice Beam or T-Bolt or Bug Buzz or Flash Cannon. I don't know, just something special rather than something physical. So yeah, we have enough speed for the Latios. It's the fastest mon that we have speed, and we hit everything I need to hit. So we have U-turn over Hidden Power Fire, because I feel like switching out is more important than hitting the Genesect, because I do have the Water Shuriken, Dark Pulse, and Surf, and the Water Shuriken with the Life Orb that we have on it should be able to KO the Genesect after we got off a hit from the Lycanroc or from the Zapdos or whatever it may be. So yeah, that's that. We then finally, well not finally, but next up we have Suffering the Zapdos. It is Choice Scarf this week. Choice Scarf Zapdos, shout out to Ultra for the suggestion for this one. U-turn, T-Bolt, Hidden Power Ice, and Heat Wave. I didn't really do too much homework in this matchup. I should have definitely looked at what he's been bringing to his games. He's brought Golurk to pretty much all of his games. He brought Ditto to all of his games. He brought the Genesect, of course. What else does he bring to all of his games? I think Mega Aerodactyl as well, come to a lot of them. The Sand Slash and the Ninetales haven't come once, I think, and the Buzzwoles only come, I think, only once. So I basically prepped for things that didn't really make sense to prep for just based on his habits of bringing them. But this Choice Scarf Zapdos just does a ton of work to the rest of his team. It's got U-turn, T-Bolt, Hidden Power Ice, and Heat Wave. Heat Wave will pretty much OHKO the what is it called? The Genesect, which is awesome. T-Bolt is there because we can't actually 2 KO the especially defensive Milotic Vaporeon with the Discharge. If I could have, I would definitely would have run that because I don't want to be locked into the T-Bolt while the, or even HP Ice or anything really, except for U-Turn, while the Latios is in there, because it can just Calm Mind up and sweep me, and I don't want that happening. Yeah, it's a great set this week. Outspeeds everything. We're max speed to outspeed a Genesect that's Scarfed as well, and yeah. We then have Ghost, the Lycanroc Day, making its season debut. Accelerock, Stone Edge, Crunch, and Swords Dance. I had Drill Run over, I think, Crunch, or I was debating Drill Run and Crunch. I was thinking about taking off Swords Dance for Drill Run, but Drill Run is really only there to hit the Alolan Muck, and Alolan Muck will take pretty much the same amount of damage from a Stone Edge as long as I hit, which is a big if, but Drill Run also has a chance to miss, so I'm just going to take the risk and use that, because this way the Ditto can't OHKO me back with anything unless like a +2 Stone Edge or something, so there's that. We are Life Orb, of course. I believe we have investment to make sure we're also giving the Genesect a special attack boost as well, instead of a regular attack boost. Yeah, priority is amazing here, just really good. An Accelerock gets the chip off I need for the Water Shuriken from Greninja, and vice versa. +2 Accelerock always OHKOs a max HP Mega Aerodactyl, which is amazing. Stone Edge will almost do as much as Drill Run to the Muck, like I said before, and I'm okay with that, but again, as long as I hit. Then we have our Sylveon here, which is speed for Adamant Golurk. We have very little, and a very low speed, and a Buzzwole. We also have speed for a Buzzwole that also has a very little bit amount of speed. We also always live a max attack Jolly Genesect Iron Head after rocks if it's at +1 with my berry. If it's choice banded and it gets a physical attack boost, then we won't live the Iron Head after our Babiri Berry. We have Wish for recovery, and we were debating Protect over Protect over Baton Pass to get back recovery into Scout, or maybe have Heal Bell instead. But other than that, we have Hidden Power Fire and Hyper Voice, which are just amazing against this team. So yeah, that's that. And then we have our final mon, which is our Klinklang, which I named Crowler after Yu-Gi-Oh! GX's Valiant Crowler and his Ancient Gears. But we have a Shift Gear Klinklang here. I guess a setup mon against the Ditto, not smart, but it does a lot of work to his team. I have Iron Plate on this set with Gear Grind, Wild Charge, and Hidden Power Fire. Hidden Power Fire is there for the Genesect. If I'm not at +2 attack, Hidden Power Fire does more damage to it, which is good because it puts it in range of either a Accelerock or Water Shuriken, which is nice. Gear Grind with the Iron Plate will allow me to 2 KO the Ditto that's copying me, and it won't be able to 2 KO me, assuming we're both at full. And Wild Charge is there for the Vaporeon, so that's very nice here as well. So that's our team. I'm hoping that we can pull out a win. This Klinklang is honestly just a really good win con. I'm kind of hoping that I can U-turn into it and then just kind of go for a game with it against maybe, like, I don't know, the Muck or whatever it may be, but I don't know, we'll see how it goes. So let's go ahead and we'll get right into it. Looking at the team that he brought, I'm thinking my dedicated lead should be my Gallade, because he didn't bring the Mesprit, and I can just kind of run through his entire team. I mean, that's pretty much it, and I'm really wishing I had the knockoff now instead of the Will-O-Wisp, because he didn't bring the Buzzwole. So yeah, but let's go ahead and we'll get right into it. So I lead off with my Mega Gallade as I lower this brightness on my screen. I think I do it one more time in this recording of the screen here, but it's not a big deal. Anyways, I lead off with my Gallade. I'm expecting to lead off with the Genesect, and I see Iron Man. I'm thinking that's the Golurk, but no, he leads off with the Genesect, which is amazing because that's kind of what I expected. I always live a +1 U-turn from a non-banded Genesect, which is amazing. And I'm just gonna go for the Drain Punch right here. I want to scout if he is what is it called? Choice Scarfed. He'll outspeed me if he is Scarfed. And like I said, I'm really regretting having Will-O-Wisp over knockoff now, because had I had the knockoff, I would have gone for knockoff here, because one, if he isn't Scarfed, I would have knocked off a potential choice ban, which means he couldn't OHKO me. And two, I could stop any switching, basically, I could do a ton of damage to any switching outside the Muck, but then it wouldn't be able to have a berry anymore, and I wouldn't do too much damage to the Aerodactyl, but I doubt he would go into the Aerodactyl on the off chance I Ice Punch or something. So yeah, I'm just going to go for the Drain Punch here. I feel it's my best play. If he is Scarfed, U-turn I feel is coming, and he's going to go probably into the Golurk or the Aerodactyl or the Vaporeon or something. But yeah, so I'm just going to Mega Evolve here and click the Drain Punch. I'm hoping that we can hit this thing. He is though Scarfed, unfortunately, which really sucks because we can't get a ton of damage off on this thing. We would have 2 KO'd it, which is amazing. But unfortunately, he crits us, and that brings us all the way down to 2 HP. And because he goes hard into his Golurk here, he's obviously not affected by the Drain Punch, and I need this thing down. I need this Golurk gone to be able to Volt Switch around or T-Bolt freely with my Zapdos. So because of that, I have to go for the Ice Punch here, and basically I have to sack off my Gallade, because either he'll go for Earthquake and KO me, or Shadow Punch or whatever, or he'll get up rocks, and I have no way to remove them. so I'll lose my Gallade, which is awful unless I get recovery back. So I'm going to go for the Ice Punch here, hoping for a free so he doesn't get rocks, just in case. We do just a bit over half, and he's going to go for the rocks here, and he's going to be able to basically make sure my Gallade goes down, unless I go for the Drain Punch here and recover some HP back. But I think he's just going to stay in and sack this thing off. I don't think he sees too much use to it anymore. But he actually switches back out and goes into his Genesect. I'm thinking, okay, this really hurts him if he gets frozen here. He's not going to get frozen, though. I wish I went for the Drain Punch now, but I didn't. Ice Punch comes out, and are we going to be able to get more hacks in our favor? No, we don't, and he's going to be able to go for the U-turn here, and he will pick up the first KO of the game against my Gallade, which really sucks because the Gallade is super important, because it's such a good mon against the rest of his team. I could have just come in on the Vaporeon and gone for a Drain Punch or a Swords Dance even, and I don't know. I feel terrible that I let it go because it's such a good mon. Then comes the Golurk. I go into my Sylveon here because a Hyper Voice should be able to pick off a physically defensive Golurk, and based on the spread that I calced, I felt like he was pretty much a max defense Golurk here with max HP, and unfortunately for us here, he lives the hit, and he Earthquakes. Yeah, I don't know what the roll was. I haven't seen inside of the battle, so I don't know how much damage we did exactly, but that really sucks that we weren't able to pick the KO there, because now we can't live an Iron Head from a Genesect, which is just awful. We can't live a Stone Edge from an Aerodactyl. We can't live pretty much anything, and Sylveon is meant to be a lure and like get hits in, and I expect him to go with the Genesect here, but he goes into his Mega Aerodactyl after we KO the Golurk. So he's obviously going to KO me here. I'm kind of hoping he misses a Stone Edge and overpredicts my my Zapdos and goes for the Stone Edge, but you're going to see here he's going to Mega Evolve. He's just going to click the Iron Head here, so I know I'm a bit forward, but he's going to go with the Iron Head here, and we're not going to be able to live the hits, which really, like, that's why that roll there really hurt us, and like props to him, he definitely had some special defense investment, and it really came in clutch there because he was able to live that hit. So yeah, we end up losing our Sylveon here. We're down, I believe now it's 5 to 4, I think. I could be wrong, but I think 5 to 4. But I go into my Klinklang here. Now I can go for the Gear Grind. In my mock, I actually led with this mon, and I clicked Gear Grind against the Mega Aerodactyl, and it went for Earthquake, I think it was. My play should have been to go for the Gear Grind turn 1, so I'm thinking here I gotta go for Gear Grind. But my opponent in that mock did not end up bringing the Vaporeon, I believe it was, so I felt fine with going for Gear Grind. But because he brought the Vaporeon, I'm thinking to myself, I have to go for the Wild Charge here. Just in case he swaps on Ditto, I get damage off on that too, so that would be nice. But he's going to switch out here. He's going to go into Christina, and this is clearly the Vaporeon, and we're going to be able to get off a nice chunk of damage on this Vaporeon here. Hoping we can do over half of its especially defensive spread. Unfortunately, though, we do like 40%, 35% around that, which is nothing. And I'm thinking to myself, he's going to go for a Wish here. I'm just going to go for the Gear Grind. Gear Grind, I think, is my best play at this point. Not Gear Grind, Shift Gear. I'll get the +1 attack, and I really don't have a way of breaking through this thing without losing this Klinklang. Ideally, I should have had Rocks up. I would be able to probably KO him after Rocks at +1. So I mean, a neutral hit plus a Rocks damage plus a +1 hit should have been able to take out the Vaporeon, I think. But he goes for the Wish there. I got off my second Shift Gear on a +2 attack, now +4 speed. Obviously, a Choice Scarf Ditto will outspeed me if we do manage to be able to KO here. And Diane was worried, like, oh my god, he could have Scald, which is terrifying. He goes for Scald, like, praying, don't burn me, don't burn me. He doesn't burn me, which is amazing, because now I have another shot to pick up KO on this thing. Obviously, we're probably not going to be able to, unless it was a roll the first time, or we get a crit here. But we're going to do, like, 80% to him, and maybe 90% actually. And this is a really important turn here. He can go for 1 of 2 moves here. He should go for 1 of 2 moves here, rather. Scald or Wish. If I went for the Shift Gear here, then Scald was his play. If I went for an attack here like I did, Wish was his play, because Wish obviously would have brought him to a way where he could have basically had his Vaporeon around still. He could have protected if he had it, and yeah, so let's see what he goes for. Do you think he goes for the Scald or the Wish, as I am going to drop to my Recoil? Let's see what he does, and this could really affect the battle. He goes for Scald, so it's an amazing, it's a win for us, because this thing is low. I can go into my Greninja here. Greninja will KO this thing with a U-turn here from this range 100% of the time if he's max defense and max HP, which from the damage that I saw, I think he is that set. So I'm going to go for a U-turn here. He hasn't revealed the Protect yet, so I don't think he has it, but of course he does reveal the Protect right here. So this makes it that a U-turn will not be guaranteed to KO him, so I'm just going to go for the Dark Pulse here. And that sucks because I want to have my Greninja out of here. I never want to leave my Greninja in alone against anything, because the Aerodactyl can come in, the Genesect can come in with its U-turn and just outspeed me, so I didn't want that happening ever. But I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse here, as we are going to be able to transform back into a Dark type here and pick up the KO on the Vaporeon. So Greninja picks up yet another KO on the season, 11 kills, 0 deaths, clearly been the best mon in the entire league so far. In comes the Genesect, though. I have no choice here. He's going to go for the U-turn. He's going to. He's not going to go for the Ice Beam. I really doubt that he does. And I'm going to go for the... I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go into my Zapdos here. And so Zapdos is obviously an offensive Zapdos. Doesn't have very much defense or HP investment. And we're going to take Rocks. And he's going to go for the U-turn here, which shouldn't do too much damage to me. I believe it's resisted one time. And he has a decent chunk to me. But this is where Static comes in clutch for us. And we get the paralysis on this thing, which is amazing. So we slow down this Genesect and basically make it so that we'll be able to go for Surfs instead of Hidden Power, or instead of HP Water. Not, oh my god, what am I saying? HP Waters? Water Shurikens. So that's great against the Genesect. But he brings in his Aerodactyl. Now, you guys know my Zapdos is Choice Scarfed. He doesn't know that. T-Bolt KOs. So I go for the T-Bolt, and yeah, like this that honestly could not have been better. It's an amazing set of turns for me there, which is just incredible. So that's great. In comes Iron Man though, and this is where the game could be decided here. So he's going to download and he's going to get a special attack boost. He can go for an Ice Beam and KO me. Now, I have two plays here. One, I can go for the T-Bolt or I can switch out. T-Bolt is a roll to KO, I believe, at this range, which, I mean, I could take it. If I get it, I'm in an amazing spot and I pretty much almost win guaranteed because he'll have his what is it called? His Muck left, which loses to my Lycanroc, and he'll have his Ditto as well, which loses to the combination of my mons that I have left. So there's that. If I don't get the roll though, and he KOs me, then I'm not in a good spot. Because he can just switch out, and yes, he'll be outsped. And I don't know, looking back on it now, I think I made a misplay with this play. And what I decided to do, I decided to switch out here because we're not going to be able to pick up the KO. Because I need to have my Zapdos around to help deal with the Ditto. So I'm just going to switch out, and I'm going to go into my Lycanroc here. And if he gets paralyzed, then it was a mistake. I should have stayed in. But you're going to see here, we get hit with some rocks damage, and he gets paralyzed. So that's a big play there. It's a big turn. I'd go for a Stone Edge here to KO him, so I'm going to go for the Stone Edge. Thankfully, we do end up connecting, and we do end up picking up the KO. So Static comes through for us, but this we're not out of the woods yet, honestly. I think we're up 3-2. He brings in his Ditto here. He's going to copy me, and he's going to see I don't have any Drill Run. He will be able to OHKO me with anything, so I can just get off a free hit. And here's another big turn. I have a choice. Do I go for Stone Edge and risk missing it, and then go for Nacelle Rock and KO, or do I go for a Crunch and then Nacelle Rock and again, kind of hope I KO, get a higher roll on whichever one I need. It depends on what he wants to do. If he goes for a Nacelle Rock, then I can definitely go for the Stone Edge, and I can go for the Crunch rather, and I'll be fine. But if he goes for a Stone Edge or a Crunch, then I have to go for the what is it called? The Stone Edge. I'm thinking to myself, I'm just going to go for the Crunch. I'm going to make the safe play here. I don't want to risk the miss. I've already hit one. I don't think I'm going to hit two. He goes for the Crunch. He is Choice Scarf. I know he is. This damage kind of sucks. It's enough to be able to KO us with the next hit. And we are going to be able to bring it down just above half. And I can now go for Nacelle Rock and do another about 50-ish% to him. And we are going to be able to bring him super, super low, as he will be able to KO us with the Crunch of his own. So he's got the Ditto left, and he's got the Ditto, and what does he have? He has Ditto, and he has the Muck left. So I'm going to send in my Greninja here. Now, this is another turn that could be a make or break turn, because I have to decide, do I go for the Water Shuriken and KO this thing, because he's locked into Crunch? He obviously can't outpace my Water Shuriken, because he's not locked into a priority move. Or do I go for a Surf or a U-turn, just in case he goes into his, what is it called? His Muck. So I go for the U-turn here, predict him to switch out into his Muck, because I think that's the only way he can win the game. But no, he stays in and he goes for Crunch. It only has a couple points that help me. It's not the end of the world, and we get the defense prop, which again doesn't matter because I go for the U-turn here to pick up the KO. But I just wasn't like those past like 3-4 turns there were really not kind to me in terms of my decision making. Like I just got the wrong play each time, which is awful. So now I'm in range of the Muck. I don't have a water. I don't have a Z water move. I don't have a Z fighting move or a physical move to do a ton of damage to the Muck anymore. So it was a really big shame that I lost my Lycanroc here. So in comes the Muck here. My play is to go for a T-Bolt, hope that we paralyze him, oh my god, and he gets fully powered so we can beat him. So I go for the T-Bolt here. We do like 30% to him. It's nothing. He's going to go for the Poison Jab. He is going to be able to pick us off here. And I'm hoping to get the Static again, and we just get lucky. We do get the Static. Are we going to get lucky 2 games in a row? Are we going to get lucky that he's probably going to need 2 or 3 flinches / full powers in a row, and that's the only way we can win. So it's not looking good for us. Greninja is on, what? That's 40 HP now? 36 HP. I don't think he can take 2 hits. If we do win, it'll be a 0-0 win. So it's just not looking good. We go for the surf here. Are we going to be able to bring him down low? If we get a crit here, that'd be great. Are we going to get the full power? What's going to happen here? Are we going to end up losing the game here? We get a really nice roll there on him, and he's going to pop off his berry. And does he break through? We have one more shot here. We were at 38 before, and I believe we are at, what are we at now? Well, I can't see because he breaks through. He goes to the poison jab, and he picks us off. So, yeah. We end up losing this game 1-0 to Dom. Very, very close game. Very good game to him. Not really any hacks. Like the static on the muck didn't end up mattering. The static on the Genesect didn't end up mattering, but I don't think it was the end of the world. I don't think it was the end of the world. It was big, but it wasn't awful. So yeah, that's that. We end up losing 1-0 with our first loss. Now we are, I believe, plus 10 or plus 11, something like that. So not a big deal. Definitely, I don't think it was my best game in the world. I think I made a lot of wrong decisions, but in looking back on them, they were definitely wrong decisions, but in the moment, they were the right ones to me. So, yeah, anyways, I've been talking long enough, guys. I've been talking for 20 minutes now. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on the video. Leave a comment. Just ask the comment question of the day. I haven't made the layout yet, so I don't know what it is yet, but make sure to answer it. Check out Dom. His link is in the description, just like the rest of the coaches in the ICBA. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.